Welcome back, gardeners. In this project, one of my favorites of 2024, I'm gonna show you how unique you can get with a garden transformation. Let me show you the project. These clients are so into gardening that they actually brought with them in the move, I believe 50 or 60 perennials that they dug out by hand and took it into their own space, which I adore. So we naturally attracted each other in this world, and I'm gonna really create something magical here for them. This garden space that was existing from the previous owners clearly isn't cutting it. First off, this chain link fence gets the job done for keeping animals out, but it's a little unattractive. So we're gonna trash all of this. What we started with last fall is this cute little shed. This shed is actually the backdrop to the garden space, which is actually in line with the back of their house. I always like to create some symmetry in a garden design, so this was super important to get this in installed first and foremost. Prior to this shed being here, it was literally nothing, just an open space, and they do have quite a beautiful view when you look out, so we kept that in mind with the view. We didn't want to take up too much, so they went with a nice and functional 10 by 12 shed. Tough Shed is a really awesome brand to work with because it's completely customizable. It's what I used in my first garden space in Glen Ellen at Homegrown Gardens 1.0. So I naturally referred them to that company to work with. We put in the gravel foundation, and then the Tough Shed company came in and got it installed. That was last fall, phase 1. I actually haven't seen the inside of it, so let's take a peek. One thing that's super fun about Amanda and Steve is that they are into antiques and quirky things. So there's actually a sink in here that they got from an antique store, and we actually piped it up. So when you're in garden season, you can bring your vegetables in here and give them a good little wash. One thing I was really keen on when I was giving them advice is make sure you pop in as many windows as possible. You want the vantage point of all the beauty of the flowers out there. You want to definitely see forward with your garden space. And whatever lands over here, whether it's a pumpkin patch or more fruit trees, you'll have an indoor vantage point to all the beauty around you. A couple more key features about this shed is that we're gonna be putting in some cute little window boxes. So you can have little pops of flowers from the viewpoint of your house looking out at your cute shed with a little floral accent here to this beautiful structure. Around the entire part of this shed will be a perennial bed where we'll pop in some roses. This is a decomposed granite patio we installed last fall with phase 1. She has a table out here, cute little chair to hang out in. The ultimate plan, what we're going to be installing coming up in round 2, are 2 apple espalier trees that are linear in how they grow. They're actually trained a certain way, which is good if you don't have a whole lot of room to work with, which they do here, but we just wanted to create a cozy backdrop, a line of green here, and then you can just pluck an apple and eat it as you hang out on the patio area. Basically, this whole area will be garden boxes. There's gonna be a tunnel coming out of this door, in line with the door, where we'll grow cucumbers and tomatoes, all the squash up and over, and it leads you into this nice open area where they'll have a pad for a fire pit. We're keeping it a little cash though, because in phase 3 or 4 down the road when we do the pool area, we're gonna have a gas line fire pit over there. So they just wanted something really functional and kind of cutesy and woodsy out here. And then leading out of your garden space, there's going to be another big arbor here, and eventually we'll tie it into the pool area, which will include a 2-tiered level patio. So for phase 2, we're actually breaking this garden space into a functional space for them, including the fire pit, including vertical space to grow vines on. But even within this garden space, we have plans for expansion, which may or may not happen this fall, maybe next year, whenever they're ready to say yes to phase 3. So it's really important that if you're doing a garden space where you have these big dreams, definitely do it, dream big, so that you're set up in the future that you can expand into. Aren't you? Yes, you
She's
are.
the bestest.
Oh, thank
Except
you
she jumps.
Well, that was quite the warm welcome. This is Steve. This is the homeowner that has graciously given me free reins to transform his space. So thank you so much for that, of course.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So what are you most looking forward to this season?
I'm very much into the vegetable garden, so
yeah,
I'm excited to see like the trellises going over with the lighting. So that's the most part.
Talk to me about how many perennials did you bring in here from your old place?
Oh, minimum 75.
Okay, 75. I guessed 50 to 60. So here we go. We got the answer. 75 perennials.
Yeah.
Did you dig them all out by hand?
Most of it was my wife Amanda and her parents.
Yeah.
I did a little bit, but I was also working during that time and she was off, so she was able to do most of the work. So I got out of it. So it's kind of nice.
So I'm super excited to get started on phase 2 out of probably 5 or 6 in this garden space. As much as I'm excited about the long distance future plans, I'm really excited about the short-term plans as well, because we're gonna create a lot of beauty and a lot of function in phase 2. So I'll see you in a few weeks. Hey gardeners, we're back on site at Steve and Amanda's garden space. We actually wrapped up construction back in May. It is now spooky season. We are getting into the Halloween vibes here. So I cannot wait to show you what has happened in this whole entire garden season and how they wrapped up the shed, which is one of the coolest features here. So you can see this garden really took shape and it is completely grown in. I'm so excited to share what we actually have growing. Oh, but first.
Hello.
Here's Steve.
Welcome.
Steve is just hanging out with his fun little spooky friend. Steve, how has this garden space been for you?
Oh, it has been fantastic. We've been getting so much growth and different gourds and peppers, just different vegetables that we've never tried before. And it's been pretty fantastic.
I know it's been kind of a hot summer. Have you had a chance to really break this solo stove in?
A couple times, actually just a couple days ago we did. It was just kind of perfect weather.
So you and your friend are gonna have a lot of fires this fall.
Yes.
Okay, that's in the works.
Put a little bit more meat on the bones there.
A little chilly.
A little bit, a little bit.
So I love this squash that you have growing here. As you come into the garden space, you're welcomed by, I don't even know, like 20, 30 of these cute little carnival squashes. So this is actually a variety of squash I've never even grown before. So I'll have to get some seed from you and
they're doing really well.
Start to grow those. Yeah, they clearly are extremely happy and thriving. This is my favorite part, honestly. I mean, everybody who knows me knows I love a good rampicante. This is next level. We put in, what did we put in? 3 vines?
It's only 3.
3 vines. And I mean, look at all these little dangling beasts.
Yeah.
You gotta like maneuver around them a little bit. What is that game where you like, you know, do this and you...
Oh, I'm thinking with the water bottle or whatever.
Like this. Yeah. I don't know. That could be dangerous. So the rampicantes are killing it. And then I'm so excited. Here, show me the shed. Because I know you were working on some details.
Correct.
I have not seen it. By the way, obsessed with your mat. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. Nice work. Yeah. This turned out epic. So I love, what do you call this? Shiplap?
Yeah, shiplap.
Shiplap. And I love the black ceiling.
Yeah.
That really kind of makes it moody. All the little details that Amanda puts into this, you can tell. Like, where does she shops around vintage
I have no clue
stores.
Yeah.
Where did she get the sink?
Facebook Marketplace.
Like, we have running water.
It actually works.
In the she shed.
Yeah.
That you can now wash your vegetables and before you take them inside. So how cool is that? And even you got your bonus garden out the window too. What are you growing out there?
50 different pumpkins and gourds out there as well.
That is a wild ride.
Yeah, and then we have cantaloupe here, some thyme, some sage.
Is that a legit scarecrow out there?
Yeah.
They go big
Pretty
here
close.
in their Halloween decorations. I appreciate all of the little details. This is a fun bonus garden.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. So how would you describe...
Hot mess.
Okay, I love it. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
You said it. I didn't say
mess.
It. However, it's perfect for back here. You don't see it, it's fine. But this is why I do what I do, is to create organization in the vines so that you can actually walk in your garden. Yeah, this is a good example of...
Hot Mess Express.
Yeah, Hot Mess Express garden. It's perfect. One fun little detail that I forgot to point out are these cute little window boxes. We had Corbett build out in matching lumber, cedar tone lumber, little boxes to house a few extra plants. It's all about the little final touches on this project, and that was a winner for sure to kind of pull this entire space together. In the design, we just kept it classic decomposed granite, popped in a few of these Edens flagstone steppers that takes you into the central fire area. On this side of the shed, we had put in granite last year. Steve, what's going on here? What's the story behind these guys?
We got some purple potatoes that we're growing. Start putting in our garlics and all that stuff too afterwards.
This is amazing. Oh, so you're gonna plant these?
I'll save some of those and plant those, and then I'm gonna transplant where I had these and put garlic in.
Perfect.
So.
We do have these couple apple trees going. They're losing their leaves in this first year, totally normal. Next season, hopefully they'll perk up and produce a few apples for you. That is the goal. But it provides a really beautiful backdrop and a little privacy as they fill in too for sitting at your patio space. And this is a fun little detail. We did not install this, but you guys did this?
Yeah, we've had that for a few years now in our multiple houses or whatever. And then Amanda filled in with the climbing roses around it.
Yeah, these are stunning. They look really happy here too. That's the fun thing about gardening is the evolution. You know, you put a plant in this year and then every year it kind of gets more established. You see where it goes. This crazy beast too.
I'm surprised it's still alive. It got attacked, as you can tell.
Well,
it did. I finally,
those
I'm
hungry
winning.
little caterpillars.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a big, beefy kale plant, Marrowstem's your lady. All right, so beyond just our expansion plans for the garden space, which would include linear box here with a big trellis so that we can actually crisscross Edison bulbs across this whole center space. That's the next layer to this madness. But also we have other plans in store too. The garden they inherited with the house purchased last fall, that will get wiped clean, and they actually want to put a pool in, which will do a really cool bougie patio around with the gas fire pit close to the house. And then behind me, we have this whole wide open area. We don't have enough flowers around. We always need more flowers in our life. So this will actually become a walk-through perennial garden with tons of colors and friendly for the pollinators. So make sure you subscribe below, follow along, and see how this garden space gets even more beautiful in years to come.